It's the national championship game between Georgia and Alabama. We break down the game, give you our best bet, and it all starts right now. Hey guys, it's Matt from GrandSlamBettors.com, and we have a national championship game bet for you. Before we get into that, just a reminder, if you're new to Grandstand Bettors, go ahead, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our picks and predictions all year long. And while you're at it, smash that like button if you are ready for Championship Monday. So without further ado, let's dive in to the national championship game. And what we have here is a rematch of the SEC championship between Alabama Crimson Tide and the Georgia Bulldogs. Spread for this one is 2.5 in favor of the Bulldogs, and the over-under is set at 52. Now, Alabama is making their 6th appearance in the national championship game in the last 7 years. They're seeking back-to-back titles and their 3rd victory in the last 5 years. Now, they definitely have a leg up on Georgia when it comes to experience in this game. The Bulldogs have only been here once in the last 20 years, and they have not won a national title since 1980. It is a very good team, though, for Georgia, and it really starts with their defense. They were absolutely dominant all season, giving up less than 7 points per game prior to the Alabama game in the SEC championship. If they're going to stop this Crimson Tide offense, they're going to need a much better game from their linebackers and get Devontae Wyatt more involved in the game. Bryce Young was able to extend the pocket very easily in that SEC championship game, and that really hurt Georgia's defense a lot. They need their linebackers to stick with him to create pressure, especially with one of the best wide receivers in NCAA football out of this game. As we just alluded to, they also need a big game from Devontae Wyatt. He is a huge presence on the line and is a big reason why this run defense has been so great all season long. Now, Alabama did a good job of getting him off the field last time out, and if Georgia is going to contain Alabama's rushing attack behind Brian Robinson, they really do need to disrupt that offensive line. Now, as we just mentioned, without John Mechie, Alabama relied heavily on the run game against Cincinnati in the semifinal matchup. They ran for over 300 yards on the ground. Now, in the SEC championship game, though, they got Wyatt off the field and were able to pass the ball much more, going hurry up on offense almost every play. This could pose a problem for Alabama since the Georgia secondary is only going to be focused now on Jameson Williams, limiting Bryce Young's options and forcing them to try to run the ball against one of the best 7 in the country. Now, if Alabama is unable to get through Georgia's defense this time around, they're going to really need to rely on their defense, which played a big part last month in the championship game as well. Alabama in that game had 2 interceptions, forced 2 turnovers, and only let Georgia convert 3 third-down conversions the entire game. Now, a big reason for this was the pressure Alabama generated on Stetson Bennett behind Will Anderson. They had 3 sacks and 6 tackles for a loss and forced Bennett out of the pocket all game long. However, Georgia's offensive line faced 2 of the best pass rushers in college football against Michigan in the Orange Bowl just last week and did not give up a single sack. This really should boost their confidence going forward into this game, and whether or not they can protect Bennett is going to be the deciding factor in our opinion in this game. So, who are we picking in the national championship game? Well, when it comes down to it, Georgia was dominant all season long, and we think this translated into a bit of confidence heading into that SEC championship game, and they just ended up not being as prepared as they should have been. Now, in the Orange Bowl, things were a little different. They reminded everyone just how good their defense is. They looked very aggressive against the Michigan offense, and they put up 34 points against a very good Michigan defense. Even though Alabama beat them in the SEC championship game very handedly, 41-24, the Crimson Tide lost a huge part of their offense when Mechie did leave the game with an injury. Alabama was averaging 41 points per game this season, only put up 27 against Cincinnati in the Cotton Bowl without him. I know that is a good defense that Cincinnati has, but still, he is missed on their offense. With yet another loss to the Crimson Tide earlier in the SEC championship game, Georgia, this team has to love the fact that they can hand Alabama a loss not only on the season, but in the national championship game. And We think that Georgia's defense is going to control Alabama's offense much better in this one, giving their offense a chance to be aggressive, put up those points like they did against Michigan in the Orange Bowl. So with our best bet for the college football national championship game, we're going to take Georgia minus 2.5 over Alabama. Now, this one might go up to 3. We are filming this one on Sunday afternoon, but we still like them at 3. If the line gets up to 3.5, though, I would definitely pass on the spread in this one. We will be live streaming this game on Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, so stop on by for some play-by-play and some live betting. Remember also, check out our Patreon. Only $6.99 a month. You get a sports pick each and every day. And while you're at it, head on over to grandstandbettors.com, become part of our family, and start living that grandstand life. But, as always, sit back, relax, enjoy the national championship game, and we'll see you live at kickoff.